Hello, it's Charlie again. Welcome to FIFA 2019 for all you soccer fans or football fans. I enjoy it due to my dad, this being my dad's favorite sport. So I have soccer while I was in school, while I was doing wrestling, and then as well as just played for fun out in the park and been playing the FIFA games for years. So this is the last one I bought, which was last year, and I haven't played the new one. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but I haven't had a chance to play. And let's see how it goes. Super rusty, but it's a pretty good sports game if you like sports, um, or soccer in particular, obviously. I tend to enjoy soccer in games, and I also enjoy it playing physically, but not so much watching it unless if it's like the World Cup. If it's the World Cup, then I'm all for it because it was just more exciting. They're playing harder. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people throwing themselves on the ground for no reason. I'm aware. But it wasn't that bad years ago. It got worse over time. It's the new generation mostly. But yeah. Also a lot of older players. I shouldn't even blame it on on the new generation. There's a lot of players in general that like to use that cheating tactic, especially when their team is losing. But let's see, one of my favorite teams is Italy, and I'm gonna go ahead and play against another team. There's so many teams I can't even. Let's do Italy versus Finland. There we go. Alright. I haven't played in a while, so hopefully this goes well. Either way, I just want to show you how unique the gameplay is for this game. I mean, it's a soccer game, so the gameplay is going to be very similar to other EA games, right? But I guarantee you that it does feel like a genuine soccer experience. So then I decide to do the passes with X, and then I also do shifting. We move around with the ball, and yeah, this is basically a practice run. So that's the way it moves, and it works. Let you practice right before the games. And here we go. As you can see, the graphics are very pretty. Looks like an actual game. It has commentary that I think you can change to Spanish and some other languages. Obviously, I prefer English. And as you can see, the fans, the stadium is pretty. The players look like the real life players if you follow soccer. I haven't followed it in a little bit, but some of the other players are still playing because they play over 10 years anyways. But let's get started. Alright. Quick passes. Usually I try to pass in between the players. Wish me luck. Ooh. Oh, I got blocked. For all you FIFA fans, that's why I put out this video, because I know there's quite a few soccer fans. I mean, it is the most popular sport in the world, like it or not. Whoever likes to criticize soccer, it is the most popular. Every country has a soccer team, or damn near every country. I think it's 250 total. But yeah, I used to play a lot of FIFA. Whenever I used to play with my brother or my dad, this was our thing. We would do like a championship. Sometimes my cousin would join. And yeah, these games can be pretty fun. Obviously, people criticize EA for making practically the same game every year and just putting a new year, slapping a new year on it. But I can genuinely say that 2019 is very different from prior games. It feels like they did a little bit of a jump on this one. It's a lot slower, it's more realistic. So depending on what you enjoy. So I'm guessing, yeah, every few years they make an actual jump, and I think this is the jump for the new generation. So 20 might be similar to this. I haven't played 20 yet. And before this one, I had World Cup, I believe 2015, 14, I can't remember. The South Africa one. Or 2010, it's just quite a while ago, I think. But this one was on special, and I said, hell yeah, I'll go ahead and buy it. So yeah, I bought this one last year. I think might have been at the beginning of last year. I definitely recommend it because, well, if you're a soccer fan, obviously. It's fun to figure out how to make a goal since it's so freaking difficult. As you know, in soccer, the score is always like 1-2 or some crap like that, 1-1. And no, even if we do tie, I'm definitely not going overtime with this team. Or penalties. I don't like penalties. I find it to be the worst part of soccer. I like to literally score. If you squeeze down the O button, they tend to kick harder, or you can control the power. But I forgot to do that. Ooh, I got blocked again. Yeah, basically you have to have patience when you play these games. This dude, they have like, I didn't know Finland was so defensive, because I honestly picked Finland because I thought it would make the playthrough easier, but holy crap, is this becoming annoying. Maybe it's the difficulty level I have it on, it's pretty high. Ooh, come on, let me hit it. I've been attacking the whole time, so whatever, they can have it. The weird thing about the computer and the difficulty is when you have it in hard mode, if you let them get the ball, they tend to score on their first try, which is just super annoying. Even if you're blocking pretty good. Oh shit, he hit the face. He got him in the face! Dude's like, fuck! In real life, that would have busted his nose. Look, there's a wave in the fan stadium. See that? Stuff like that in the game is pretty cool. Added little touches. Make sure I get that block. I'm sure you guys are aware of the current best players, Messi and Ronaldo from Portugal, Messi from Argentina. The weird thing is Messi is better when he's playing in clubs. He plays for Barcelona, and he's just better in that team, in a club team. It's just a team in Spain that wins a lot of the freaking championships. Either them or Real Madrid, which is the other team. But man, I gotta say, he's way better in those teams than he is in his country team, which is weird. Probably because he grew up in Spain. And Ronaldo, those guys, they're just never gonna win a World Cup, you know. They win the national club teams, but everybody compares them to the greats like Pelé, Maradona. But they never get to that level of winning World Cups because they're really not at that level. People hype people up more in these times than they ever have because of social media, but doesn't necessarily mean that the guy is as good as they hyped them up to be. I'm not saying they're not good players, they're great. But there's other players that were way better, like Ronaldinho from Brazil. That dude was a savage. And he won 2 World Cups with Brazil, as well as club teams. And yeah, there's just a lot of past players like Zinedine Zidane from France. Or what about that new French player? He's like 18 or 19 now. Well, maybe he's older now, I think, when he won the World Cup. The last World Cup was won by France, and that dude, forgot his name, he's so good. Yeah, they blocked my attack, as you can see. But yeah, I mean, do yourself a favor and watch highlights of great players if you're a soccer fan. And I guarantee you're gonna notice that some of the players from the past were just light years away better. Like you can't even compare them. They're just so much better, you know. And the current players, they could do so many different things. I don't know if it's just the times that have changed or what. People say that defensively the games are much more defensive now, but I'm like, that's impossible because back then you could kick the shins off somebody and you wouldn't get a yellow card or a red card. So much more brutal back then. Now for anything, you could use it as a weapon to win the game. So I definitely, and I like a lot of the current players. They play pretty good, but they just like to throw themselves on the ground to get somebody kicked out of a game so they could win, and those kind of things are just dirty, you know. Soccer has changed, as well as other sports like basketball has changed too. It's not as rough as it should be, you know. But hey, those are sports for you, right? I'm not really, I don't play a lot of sports game. I do have an NBA game, I believe. I think is the free one that just came out, 2020. I thought 2016. Both I got for free. I don't really buy sports game. I think this is the only one, the last one I bought. But I do still like soccer. There's still an enjoyment factor to it, especially when you finally score. You have to cut through the middle. I still couldn't get it in. Damn. Nice try, guys. We'll get him next time. Can you imagine Captain Price in soccer? We'll get it next time, guys. Anyways, yeah, so the passing is fairly quick, but it definitely feels like there's some weight to the players. So it's on the more realistic side of things. Yeah, that guy looked like he had a hell of a game. See, they're even sweaty and everything. As you can see, they slowly sweat. Their shirts are... But yeah, let's continue. They're going to show some of the highlights, which is also part of the game. See how realistic it looks? Looks like photorealistic up close. Nice block. But let's continue on. I don't want to bore you with the replays. Resume match. Alright, let's get at least one goal, guys. And yes, I am pretty rusty, but I still remember how to play. That's the thing about playing video games for such a long time. Like, you still go back to it and you're still at least decent at it, you know? Just been playing too much Modern Warfare lately after I decided to return to the game. But there's just so many games to play nowadays. Kind of hard to just decide to play one for a long time. Ooh, he blocked my pass. Good move. Went offsides. That's called offsides for all you that don't know about soccer. When it goes out of the lines. Oh no, not offsides. That's out of bound. Offside would be when too much of your teammates are in the front and they have no defense to block them. Because then we would be able to score like ridiculous, like same amount of... I did it. Goal! Goal, 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 goal. Every time they say that in the Spanish channels, goal, 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 goal. Actually, even in European soccer, it's pretty, when it's not British, I guess. But that was beautiful. Finally tricked the freaking goalkeeper. Guy is a pain in my assholes. No, wait. Barella. Or Barilla. Oh, Barella, yeah. Nicolo. Italian names. Alright, Finland's gonna go hard, watch. Hard, get it? No, but they're definitely gonna be offensive hard. They're gonna try to score on me. It's like the computer is meant to do that. Like whenever you finally score, they play way more aggressive. You score on them. He's like a real person. Me and my brother used to have these crazy competitions when we got FIFA 98. That's how long ago we used to play. Like World Cup. Oh! Missed it by inches. But yeah, when we played FIFA World Cup 98, a long time ago, which is our first, well, it's not our first soccer game. We had Sega soccer games, but they were terrible. Like 1994 World Cup, I think for Sega Genesis. But FIFA 98 World Cup was ridiculous. We could score like 20 something goals once you got good at it. They were nothing like these games. Not very realistic, but holy crap, the arcadiness about them was so fun. Back when EA made arcade soccer games, the graphics were ridiculous. They didn't even have fingers. So when they started doing 3D in games. But at the time, it looked ridiculously good. We were like, oh my god, look at those graphics. We were like blown away. Because there was nothing like it yet, you know? Ooh, good defensive move. Oh, come on, buddy. Catch up. I gotta play defensively and offensively. I can't let these guys score. Once the computer scores once, you get yourself a problem. It's like that NBA Jam thing. He's on fire, you know? He's heating up. All you that play NBA Jam, I haven't played it in years. I had a game that was similar that was called NBA Showtime. That was a 3-on-3. I recommend that one too. It was very similar to NBA Jam. Ooh, that would have been a good setup. This is how you play. You do a lot of passes. You open up the field. You try to get into position. See? And sometimes it's better if you don't let the ball land on the ground. See, I screwed up there. Should have kicked it before it hit the ground. Yeah, so soccer is a lot like chess. Like, you gotta just like figure out how to get in, because we're talking about 11 players on each team, and you don't get a lot of breaks like football where they stop the game to do plays. Nah, you gotta play straight for like 45 minutes each half. It's only 2 halves of 45 minutes, so it's a 90-minute game. So these guys, oh, in the game they start to get fatigued too, by the way, like real life, which is kind of cool, but not really sometimes, because, well, sometimes you prefer the arcadiness. You don't want your players to get tired. Ooh, goal! Second goal, goal, got him! Oh, it was offsides, fuck. They nullified the goal. Yeah, my team was 2 in front. Damn. By 1 player, though, it wasn't that bad. I thought I made my second goal. Got so happy for no reason. Oh, they're really going to try to score now. But my defensive player is up there. Laser block is a... I'm coming with the thunder. You see? That sucks. I thought it was gonna be on him, but they have actual like physics, so you can tell that the ball stumbles properly when it hits somebody's chest or knee by accident. Yeah, this is definitely a sports game. If you're into soccer, that would make you feel like you're actually in a soccer game because of the physics and the movement. And plus, I know signature moves that certain players make, or certain win poses, and they have those in the game. So it must have taken them a long time to make this game, to be honest. As an updated roster from 2019 and up. And yeah, I mean, what you see is what you get. You know, it's freaking soccer. What do you want? They did make an arcadey soccer game recently based on an anime, I think. I haven't played it yet, but it looks really good if you consider, like, since there's only realistic soccer games lately, and most of them, you know, they're not based on anything but realism. It's kind of good to get a chance to do the anime stuff. They have like fireballs and stuff like that when you kick the ball. Oh, this guy's gonna better block him. Oh shit, he took it. I guess Finland's not that bad. Maybe in hard. I don't know about real life. I don't think I've seen a lot of their games. Sure, they have a league too. Oh, great. I missed that ball for seconds. But as you can see, you have to have patience when you play these games, the soccer games. But it's so rewarding once you score because you know that you put in the work. You've played your best when it comes to planning, you know? Just gotta be pretty smart to figure out how to get the ball into certain spaces and kind of like that, see? And obviously some skill, shuffling the ball and dribbling. I win 1-0. Pretty much standard soccer game. I win 1-0. But as you can see, it gives you that realistic feeling that it's a real soccer game if you're a soccer fan and you like that sort of thing. And yeah, there's the game. Italy wins. Nicolo, the guy who scored the only goal. Number 18. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. A little short showcase of FIFA 2019 for all you sports fans out there that like soccer. And yeah, definitely think you should pick this one up. Should be super cheap as well. And it gives you that soccer experience that soccer fans love, which is realism, movement. They even trip like real players and get tired like real players. See how he stopped it with his leg and moves it? Yeah, so a lot of these are motion captured on the real players. Their shirts move, they sweat. The grass looks like grass. Fans react like fans. There. Spectacular. I'm letting the replay show just so you can see the movement of the way they move, which is what soccer fans are looking for. But yeah, definitely continue to check out my videos, like and subscribe, and as well as hit that bell so you can get notifications. And I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I'll see you on the next one. Like I always say, good game.